Sony's options, since the studio may not have much say in whether Apple acquires them or not. That's to say, the massive Apple-Sony deal is probably going to happen or not regardless of whether Spider-Man's measly little film rights get sold off. Apple just probably doesn't care. They're not getting those film rights either way. By the nature of the contract, it always is going to revert back to Marvel. But a clear dominant strategy does emerge for Disney. No matter what happens to Sony, if Disney waits, Disney wins. Best case, they wait and land a 10 when Sony gets acquired. Worst case, Sony doesn't get bought and Disney still lands a +3, which is the second best option for them on the entire Matrix. So while Spider-Man's movie rights may very well be worth the $10 billion price tag that Sony seems to believe, it's pretty clear that Disney won't be paying that price. Sony's uncertain future simply puts them in too weak of a negotiating position. If Apple doesn't acquire Sony, expect to see Disney and Sony's uneasy marriage continue indefinitely, as it's mutually beneficial to both parties to keep Sony's movies linked to the MCU. But if the Apple conversations do start to get really serious, expect to see a lot of news about Sony shopping the Spider-Man film rights around in a last-ditch effort to get something for their property. And when that happens, expect Disney to wind up being the highest bidder, taking the movie rights for far less than $10 billion and continuing their unstoppable march towards world domination. So is Spider-Man worth paying $10 billion for? Well, we concluded last time that on paper, the answer was yes. But in practice, the machinations of big business actually say no. Disney shouldn't buy. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Subscribe, 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 subscribe to Film Theory.